Hey, it's your host NightWolf here from Nerdy Geek Talk, along with
Erimus Prime here.
Yep. And so Nerdy Geek Talk is our channel where we post lots of nerdy and geeky videos, podcasts, reviews, just lots of stuff. And make sure to check us out at www.nerdygeektalk.wordpress.com. I'll have that link in the description. Make sure you go there to see articles, and we'll probably post some of our videos there, and just check it out. It's a cool thing. So, today's podcast is Movie Mania, our once a month podcast on upcoming movie news and just lots of stuff. And so, today our first Movie Mania is going to be a Marvel special, so it's all Marvel movie news all the time. So, what I want to start out with talking about is the upcoming movie Ant-Man. I'm sure you've seen the trailer. It's Marvel's really been hyping it. And so, I'm going to start out with the main plot of this movie. No spoilers, just the main plot. And so, Hank Pym, who's the original Ant-Man, is now older, and there's a guy who took over his company, basically. I'm not sure exactly how. His company, Pym Technologies, I think it is, something like that. If I get it wrong, let me know in the comments. So like Pym Tech or something, and he wants to expose Hank Pym's Ant-Man technology, because Hank Pym was the Ant-Man, I think, in like the 50s or a long time ago. This is supposed to be in the movie. And so the guy now in charge of the company wants to share it with the military, and he's scared, and Hank Pym is scared that it's going to get out to everybody, and it's a lot of technology for just an everyday person to have. Because when you're super small, like Ant-Man, you also have super strength. So he doesn't, and he never wanted it with the military too.
Sort of like how Iron Man had his whole debate with the government on his suits and whether or not they should be allowed to use his technology, because it's just dangerous. He doesn't trust. Iron Man didn't trust the government, so that's why Tony struck out the whole debate. So it's sort of like that. Hank Pym doesn't necessarily want everyone or every soldier to have superpowers, because that could most certainly get abused.
Yeah, for sure. And so the I think director, said that Janet Van Dyne, who is a major person in like all Ant-Man series, is going to play a major role. Now, she's also the person who is the superhero, the Wasp, but the directors never mentioned the Wasp. They said Janet Van Dyne. Now, that doesn't mean she couldn't turn into the Wasp, but she's definitely not the Wasp at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, they would have just said Wasp, I would think. I don't know. But, so, she might turn into Wasp sometime throughout the movie, but I'm excited to see it.
It's rumored that, after Ant-Man defeats Yellow Jacket, that they'll take the Yellow Jacket suit and
Make it a Wasp
make it
suit.
basically Wasp's suit.
And so, so the Ant-Man in this movie is the second Ant-Man. And so Hank Pym finds him right after getting out of jail. And he was in jail for being a cat burglar. And so he asks him, like, do you want to be a superhero? And so, of course, he agrees. And then he helps Hank Pym try and stop the bad guy who's head
Yellow
of the
Jacket.
company. Yeah, the head of the company, who is the villain, Yellow Jacket, throughout the movie. And so that's the main plot of Ant-Man. And so Janet Van Dyne will definitely play a main part of that. So next we're going to talk about the movie Civil War, which
Captain America Civil War.
Yes, it's Captain America 3 Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has a very interesting plot. So Captain America Captain America and Iron Man are the heads of the two sides, and the argument is over. Well, in the comics, it was over like a lot of stuff, including their identities being shared. But like all superheroes are now shared. All superheroes' secrets identities are now all shared because of Shield's revealing of the database. But they're arguing over now whether they should all have to be registered with the government and be government agents. And so Captain America leads the side where they think, no, we shouldn't have to be government agents, we should be free. And Iron Man
leads the side where they should be registered and trained as agents of the government.
Because Iron Man thinks superheroes are too dangerous to just go out and do everything on their own.
In the comics, had to do with an event where they were filming a TV show with some minor heroes, and they encountered a major villain, and it resulted in the destruction of an entire town and civilians.
Yes, there were many people killed. And so it's arguing over I forget what act it's called. It's like the Hero Agents Act. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. And so Tom Holland, which he hasn't been in a ton of movies that I've seen. He's been in The Impossible, which is a movie I saw, but I've never seen him in really any totally major roles. But Tom Holland is going to be the new Spider-Man, and as a lot of people know, Spider-Man is now going to appear in Civil War, which is not how it was originally, because Sony kind of has a love-hate relationship with Disney and Marvel Studios, but they did sign with Marvel to make sure that
Spider-Man's in the continuity now.
Yes, Spider-Man is part of the continuity. And speaking of the continuity, there's going to be a Spider-Man reboot. And since everyone already knows the origin, they said they don't want to do another origin story. So that doesn't mean they might not have quick flashbacks or explain it a little somehow, but the movie is not going to start out with regular old Peter Parker getting bitten by a spider.
Not really old, though. High school.
Yeah. And also, William Hurt, who's an actor, is going to be General Thunderbolt Ross in Civil War.
Which is, for those of you who don't know, Red Hulk.
Yes, he turns into Red Hulk, and so he's going to be Civil War, and so he's gonna play a major role in that. So, and
do we know how major yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty main in the casting. He's been mentioned a lot with the movie. And so, another thing with the Avengers, for Civil War, Hulk will not be in it, I'm pretty sure, because he, from Age of Ultron, if I'm correct, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, at the end of Age of Ultron, Hulk launches himself in a Quinjet with the cloaking technology that Stark developed, and he's somewhere, and they're not sure where. And so they're probably not going to find him until after Civil War. And Thor is not going to be in it either, because he leaves in Age of Ultron as well. And the next time we'll see him will be in Thor 3, I think it is, Thor 3 Ragnarok, which is the Norse apocalypse. So we'll see what happens in that. And so I think something that has to do with that, the studios and lots of people have been talking about this, that Thor is now going to be a girl. It's happened in the comics several times. It's happened a lot recently. It's like all current Thors, most of them now, are girls. Jane Foster, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the new Thor in the movies. I'm not positive, but I've definitely heard that. I'm not sure if it's a rumor or if it's solid fact, but I've heard that. And so, I don't know what Marvel's going to do with that. Small fact about Infinity Wars, the third and fourth Avengers films, I think it'll be.
Yeah, basically. I don't know if they're officially the Avengers
They
movies,
are.
but
They are. They're Avengers 3 and Avengers 4, Infinity War Part 1, and Infinity War Part 2. You can look up the timeline. It says that for the Phase 3 timeline. And so, the main villain in Infinity Wars is going to be Magus. Now, most of you might not know who Magus is. See, a character called Adam Warlock, who's created to basically be the perfect guy. He has some cosmic magic powers, and he's really good at combat and really strong and stuff. And so he gets a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet at one point, and he splits himself into two. One is the totally evil side of him, and one is the totally pure good side of him. Magus, as you can guess, is the evil side of him. And so he's going to be the main antagonist and villain in Infinity Wars. And also in Guardians of the Galaxy, in the credit scene where everybody called it so dumb, because you just see Howard the Duck at the collector's place. But there's actually some stuff that's given away there. We think we've seen Adam Warlock's cocoon in the collector's place before, and at the end in the credit scene, it looks like it's broken open. So Adam Warlock may have left his cocoon.
And be on the loose now.
Yeah,
so it's totally possible for him to find one of the Infinity Gauntlets, since there are two, and for him to result in splitting.
And
what's the good side of when Adam Warlock splits?
I do not remember. I don't know. I can't think of it. I'm just drawing a blank. Please let me know in the comments if you know. I'll look it up and remember it after anyway, probably. My brain's being stupid right now. And, so, also, just a quick tidbit, Doctor Strange, the movie, has just started production. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool movie. I don't know, I don't have much news about it, but I think it's going to be cool. And, so, yeah. Beyonce has been in talks to be some sort of actress. Excuse me. And
the Marvel franchise.
Yeah, they haven't. She's supposedly in talks. Nothing's confirmed though, so I don't know. I think it's Fox. Yeah, Fox, who's making the new Fantastic Four movie. The Fantastic Four movie goes well, and the X-Men, I think it's gonna be an X-Men reboot, X-Men Apocalypse.
I think it's going to be rebooted after X-Men Apocalypse is supposedly what it is.
But if X-Men Apocalypse and Fantastic Four do well, they've said there could possibly be a Fantastic Four and X-Men crossover in the future. But that is very not official right now. And so I don't know where that'll go. And so that's all we have for today. Thanks for listening. This is NightWolf and Erimus Prime.
See ya.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and
leave your comments down below.
Yep, make sure to comment. Anything you want us to talk about. Anything you liked or didn't like about the video.
Check back on the channel soon. We should have more videos up, more Marvel, Transformers talk, and also Transformers video reviews.
Make sure to stay tuned. After Comic-Con, we're definitely going to have a lot more news and videos coming out, because that should reveal a bunch of exciting stuff.
A lot of news, a lot of exciting stuff. Hopefully we'll get coverage to you as soon as possible. So we'll let you know.
And make sure to check out our website, nerdygeektalk.wordpress.com. Once again, I'll have the link in the description. Recently, I posted an article about the Secret Wars, which is the Marvel Comics reboot, which personally I don't approve of, but you can read that for my opinion and more stuff about it. So, thanks for listening.